I did a barista course this morning. I was learning to make latte art, obviously using oat milk, just for fun, not for like a career thing. Every coffee I made as like a practice coffee, I drank. And so now in the afternoon, I have a massive headache. I'm not sure if you're actually supposed to do that when you're learning to be a barista. Very simple question. Can you love someone and exploit them? Can you love someone and exploit them? It seems like these two things are antithetical to one another, right? You know, humane slaughter. Seems like an oxymoron, right? Would you like to be humanely slaughtered? I could humanely slaughter you right now. Would you like that for yourself? No? What about your mother? Would you like me to humanely slaughter your mother? No, I didn't think so, right? No one wants to be humanely slaughtered. No one who is capable of communication will ask for that unless it's written in a will and it's been thought of very carefully and they've given their consent that in these particular situations you have my permission to turn off the plug, right? And we're very sensitive on this topic when it comes to ending human life in cases of euthanasia. In fact, many countries around the world outlaw voluntary euthanasia in cases where the person being euthanized requests it. That's how touchy we are about the subject in the realm of human ethics. But of course, we have one standard for humans and a whole different standard for non-humans. Non-human animals. Non-human animals, in case you're new here. This channel is about animals and our relationship with animals and how we perceive animals. So yeah, anti-vegans insist that you can love someone and eat them against their permission, right? Against their informed consent. You can love someone and commission their killing and reward their killers financially and consume their corpses without them having a say in such thing and exploit them, basically. You know, you say, is it okay to kill an animal? And they'll say, if it's done humanely. That's just something that comes up all the time, if it's done humanely. And that's so interesting to me because humane murder is an oxymoron. These are two things that just don't go well together. It's like dry water. They'll say this with assertion. Sometimes they'll type it in block capitals as if stomping your feet and shouting it is going to somehow fix the logical fallacy, the unreasonable nature of your statement. You can love animals and you can eat them. Full stop, period, end of discussion, end of paragraph, end of story. And that's all to signal to you that they want you to back off. They don't want this thing to be examined, because if you examine it, it starts to fall apart, starts to crumble really quickly. So going back to the central question, can you love someone and exploit them? Okay, so we bring donkeys into this, like riding on a donkey's back, getting a donkey to carry 100-kilogram load on their back. You could love that donkey. I'll be charitable here and say that the owner of that donkey, who gets their donkey to carry a 100-kilogram load on their back, and the human owner carries nothing on their back, right? People can be hypocritical pieces of shit. It's entirely possible for you to be a hypocrite. It's entirely within your ability to just be misaligned in what you say, to believe one thing and to perform another action. We see it all the time, right? So yes, you can kind of love someone and exploit them. You can. But it will always be a tainted love. That love could only ever help to be a sham, a fraudulent love, a defiled love. Okay, you're gonna raise a pig in your house. That pig will be part of the family, a family member. Give her a name. You dote on her, feed her every day, take care of her ailments, raise her, have her play with your kids. You could love that pig. And then you could, through some kind of tragic confusion, abhorrent indoctrination, that has been in the works your entire life, dating back to your childhood, an unexamined tradition. You could be manipulated internally and externally into killing your friend. It's entirely possible. There might have been love at some point in that relationship, but at that point in time, the act of heinous murder, right there, in that moment, when you pull the trigger on that friend, that family member, that loved one, that is not an act of love. To take something from someone, regardless of how you feel about them, you could feel indifferent. Same applies. The act is a selfish one. And I'll give you an idea of what tainted love can look like. I'm sure on some level, a rapist loves women. Loves women. They can't get enough women. That's all they think about, some of these rapists. That's all they want. It's the object of their desire. It causes them great pleasure to, shall we say, exploit women, be in the presence of women, regardless of how the woman feels about it. But hang on a minute, is that love? If it is love, then love needs to be critically examined. It doesn't fall in line with my understanding of love. That's not been my experience of what love is. Love is generous, love is kind, love is gentle, love is compassionate. If you believe you can love an animal and exploit them, the logic should also follow that a rapist loves women. Really loves them, truly, dearly. And what does that mean about love, right? Humane slaughter. Humane slaughter. I get the feeling that anti-vegans don't actually care about the consistency of their beliefs or whether they believe anything at all. I think they care about what sounds good in the moment that they say it. Verbal sparring. Tough job being an anti-vegan, defending the indefensible. Defending something so heinous, such a betrayal of an animal's trust. An animal who has grown their entire lives to trust you. So despicable, and you have to defend it. No wonder you're struggling. No wonder you don't want us to bring it up. No wonder you want these things to go unexamined. No wonder you want a period on the end of that sentence and to close the book on this until another day. No wonder. Not an easy job defending this shit. I understand, look, this can be hard for you. I didn't go vegan straight away. It took a lot of little influences, a lot of questioning. It took bravery for me to finally turn and face it. I had to be brave. And I had to realize that the things that I once just took as fact, these unexamined habits of mine, were not in line with who I wanted to be. I don't want to be kind, just, and fair, and honest some of the time. I want to be kind and fair and just and honest all of the time. It's never too late for you. It's never too late.
You can see me. Get out of here, bub. And you matter, alright? There's always going to be somebody that cares about you. And you're a good person. No matter what people say, you matter. Ignore them. They're losers. They're ding-dong ditching you. I'm just trying to say something nice. Like, I don't know what they're doing. They're running away and stuff. I'm just trying to say that you matter, man. Or girl. Whoever you are, you matter to someone. Just keep that in mind. Don't forget that.